Hello there boys and girls, welcome to Scottish Geeks. Today we're going to be talking about Doctor Who Episode 12, Hellbent, the finale. Now I've got a couple of things I need to mention first off. First of all, there's going to be spoilers because of course I've watched the episode and that's what this whole thing's actually about. So, you know, if you haven't watched the episode, avoid this or watch it if you want to things spoiled. But anyway, so last week's trailer, we're going to talk about that first, which is a little bit different from what I usually do because the trailer depicted what appeared to be some sort of a massive Gallifreyan war. To say I was disappointed? Well, I wasn't really disappointed, it was still a great episode, but I was mildly disappointed at the fact there wasn't some sort of massive thing going on between Rassilon and the Doctor. Now we'll get to that bit just now, okay? So we start off in the episode where for some reason the Doctor is travelling through USA, the United States of America. And he goes into a diner and finds... Oh my god, is that Clara? Yes, it fucking is. So he finds Clara and he starts playing Clara's song on the guitar, so you know, the episode's music, her music becomes canon to the actual thing. It's complicated. Okay, so anyway, so then we go back to Gallifrey after an extended sort of conversation thing going on about who is Clara, what's going on, blah 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 blah. So we go to Gallifrey and we're like, yes, okay, here's where the fireworks don't start. It's a slow story. It's a very slow story, but it's one that is worth watching, but it's very slow. Now, the Doctor's on Gallifrey and all of a sudden you see the old space hut thing, or we'll call it a space hut, but it's not really a space hut, it's a Gallifreyan hut, it's a Gallifreyan barn. Anyway, so he goes in there and he meets this woman and I'm like, is that his mother? Is that his granny? What's going on? So he sits there and he has a bowl of soup and the people surround him. And then all of a sudden we meet up with Rassilon, played very nicely by the guy who is at the moment in the Jekyll and Hyde series for STV. So anyway, Rassilon looking very old, very decrepit and giving us the funniest moments of the season where upon they try various different ways to get the Doctor's attention, and every single way fails miserably until Rassilon himself decides to come down. Now, this is where I thought the big war was going to start because they all aim at the Doctor and they fire like Star Wars stormtroopers and completely miss him, on purpose of course, and all turn their back on Rassilon with the Doctor saying, "Get off my planet." And he does. Thus ends the rule of Rassilon in 5 minutes. So we can forget Rassilon, nothing's going to happen with that. So the Doctor is hanging out with the Council of Gallifrey, the High Council. Turns out he is now the Lord High President again, although it's not really brought into the discussion much. It's mentioned, but it's not really explored. So they start talking and everything, and Doctor, as per usual, calls everyone stupid, etc. In his own way, he doesn't actually specifically say stupid, but he treats them like children. And they need to know about the hybrids, so the Doctor says, "Oh, I've got a solution." So they basically resurrect Clara. They bring her in between her heartbeats or some bullshit like that. I don't know, they've overcomplicated it. I really didn't think they would bring Clara back. I'll be honest with you guys, I was hoping that when Clara was gone, it was over and done with, it was nicely wrapped up in a neat little package in that one episode. She was there, she died, finito, Doctor's grieving. Okay? Doctor's no longer grieving, Doctor is quite happy because Doctor found a way to bring Clara back. Yay! However, moving on. So when the Doctor's bringing Clara back, they basically does something very un-Doctor-like. He kills a member of the High Council of Gallifrey, the General. He does ask first, he says, "How many regenerations you've got left?" And I think he says he has 10. And he's like, "Good luck." And so he turns into this lady, Time Lady, who same sort of hairstyle, bald and everything. But anyway, moving on. So the Doctor goes down to the Matrix of Gallifrey and meets up with the Wraiths, the Cloister Wraiths, I think they're called, Sliders. They are fucking freaky. And we meet up with some things that have been trapped down there as a method of defence by the Gallifreyan computer. The big computer made out of ghosts that employs ghosts to protect it. yeah, it's confusing as fuck. It really is. But yeah, so there's Daleks down there. There's a Dalek that's basically in Dalek talk saying, kill me, kill me, kill me. It really doesn't want to be down there. Have you ever seen a crying Dalek before? If you haven't watched this episode, well, you will watch it and you will see a Dalek cry. Fucking weird. And the sliders, my god, those weird ass faces, they're made up of like dead Gallifreyans and they're pretty much really pissed off about the whole thing. So the Doctor then talks to Clara about what he's been doing for the past 4.5 billion years, and he escapes while Clara basically talks on his behalf. It's all about Clara again, come on. So anyway, the Doctor steals a new TARDIS. This was the moment that I loved the most because it was a classic, original Doctor Who TARDIS. Everything was perfect. Even had the noise, the doors opening and everything. It was brilliant. It was like a proper time capsule. And I was watching and I was just thinking, my god, they've just brought this thing full circle. Brand new regeneration, brand new TARDIS. Is he going to keep this TARDIS? Is he fuck? So they go to the end of the universe and we hear the 4 knocks on the door. So he goes to, better explain. He goes to the end of the universe to try and save Clara, to try and get her pulse back so she can come back to life. She doesn't really want to come back to life. She's quite happy about being dead. He's not happy about it. He has a duty of care. So they go to the end of the universe and on the last embers of the universe, which is of course Gallifrey, standing amidst the ruins of Gallifrey. Fucking yeah. Knock, 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 knock. Who's out there? It's me. Could it be another regeneration to the Doctor? No, it's fucking Shielda. It's fucking me. This episode both it delighted and annoyed the fuck out of me. I cannot believe how much it annoyed me, but it just had so many moments that just gave me a little bit of like joy. It was just like, oh my god, nothing's happening. But it's happening because Clara's back. Why is Clara back? Why did she not just stay dead? So the Doctor and me have a conversation. We go back to the whole thing where the Doctor might be half human, but of course we say that's ridiculous, or we completely ignore the subject altogether. That, you know, thus fueling the fire of people going, oh well, maybe he is half human, maybe he's not. Let's start up a rumour mill. Great, thank you, Moffat. So yes, anyway, and then they think the hybrid is me, you know, Shielda, because she's half Maya. Is it Maya or Mara? I can't remember, Maya or Mara. And half human, so the two great warrior races, everyone assumed it was going to be the Daleks and Time Lords, but it's not. And then it turns out that the hybrid is 2 people. That's not a hybrid. That's not a hybrid. A hybrid is a genetic mutation of 2 different creatures formed into one singular biological entity. To say that 2 separate people are a hybrid is not what a fucking hybrid is. So I'm sorry, I get angry over the scientific parts of it. I really shouldn't, but I do. So anyway, so the Doctor is the hybrid. So he goes and he says the best way to do it is to remove Clara's memories and send her back on her way. But the best way to do it would be just to let her fucking die. But yeah, so the Doctor goes back in, but Clara's messed about with the computer thing, so they don't know what's actually going to happen. And it turns out it's the Doctor who is the one who loses his memories. And then we go back all the way to the diner. And we're going, yep, that is fucking Clara. The Doctor can't remember her. But what I didn't expect was for the entire fucking diner to be a fucking TARDIS, which, by the way, was kind of cool when you actually realise it, because I thought the TARDIS that they had was just in the bathroom area, but I did not expect the entire thing to be a TARDIS. But yeah, so Clara and me are going back to Gallifrey to try and find a way to kill Clara, to send her back into her proper timeline, but they're going to go the long way round. So guess what? We're probably going to get a spin-off of The Adventures of Clara and Me. That actually works. That actually works. Clara and Me. Yes, no, I'm going to let it say, as you can probably tell, just from the whole concept of the thing and the fact that Clara's still alive. So the Doctor goes back to his TARDIS, sees the picture of Clara, and for some reason doesn't twig that the person he just saw was Clara. He just goes in and gets a brand new, awesome looking sonic screwdriver. I mean, for fuck's sake, that thing is so cool. I mean, really, really cool. But the way he gets it, it's like he's holding a sword. You know, it's like, oh! Anyway, so yes, so that's the end of the episode. You see the TARDIS passing by the other TARDIS, which is apparently now a fucking diner. And that's it. On to the Christmas special. So this is my last Doctor Who review until Christmas Day. I will be back on Christmas Day with this. I do have other videos that I do, and I do an occasional live stream when I'm able to. I try to do them every night, but sometimes I can't because I'm not a lot of pain. But anyway, so what did you guys think of tonight's episode of Doctor Who? Was it what you expected? Were you disappointed? Or like me, were you mildly ambivalent about it? Ambivalence, where you experience two conflicting emotions at the exact same moment in time. Anyway, talking of time, it's time for me to go. So I'll catch you a lot later, so until next time on Christmas Day, bye bye!